Yo. I go by the name of TML Stevie. This is another episode of the Underground Goat Show. Today we got another special guest, man. One of the best, in my opinion, multi-sport athletes come through East Texas, man. So try to show some love, man, for Diboll's own Said Vinson, man.
Man, what it do?
I appreciate you, brother. How you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. It's a blessing to be here, man. And I just want to say, man, I thank you for reaching out to me. Because, you know, man, I'm going to support you on anything you do. So, man, let's get it, man.
That's love, man. That's love. I appreciate that, man. I started the show off, man, by asking people, like, the way you is now, man, you looking back at your I usually say, you know what I mean, football or basketball or whatever sport we speaking, but with you being a multi-sport guy like you is, I just say, looking back at your journey with the sport thing, period, if you had to describe your journey in one word, what would that word be?
Blessing.
Blessing,
man. It just, man, coming from where we come from, man, especially me coming from Diboll, man, a little small town where, you know, there's not that many athletes, you know, just coming out of there like that, man. And just to be able to get that opportunity, man, to play sports, man, and to further your education and also further your sports career, man, it's a blessing, man. Because it's so, you know, we're in the state of Texas where, man, Texas is a big state, man.
What?
So, man, that's a blessing, man, just to get a scholarship anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Texas in any sport, man. So, man, that's why I say my journey has been a blessing, man.
That's a good one. That's a dope one. That's a dope one.
A blessing, man.
Yeah, and you from Diboll, Texas.
Man, come on, man. Diboll, Texas,
Diboll,
man.
Texas, man. For the people that don't know, man, like, describe, like, you know what I'm saying, what was it like growing up in Diboll?
Oh, man. Man, I had a great childhood, man. You know how it is, man. Back in when I was coming up, man, shoot, you had to be outside.
Yeah.
You know, hey, man, you couldn't be in the house, man. You had to get outside, man.
For real.
So when I'm coming up, man, we out there playing kickball, volleyball, football, basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
And we out there doing everything, man.
Straight up.
You know, all kinds of things, man.
I ain't even think about that. Like, that might be how some of the multi-sport people came around, because you was outside doing everything.
Yeah,
you
you
know
had
to,
man. You know, nowadays these kids, you know, they blessed with the opportunity of the technology and all that, man. And hey, we had to be outside. I didn't care if it was cold, raining. Man, you was gonna be outside, man, doing something. So you know, you had to get creative back then, man. So man, we was into them sports, man. Like I said, kickball, everything.
Yeah.
Man, you had to do everything. I don't think the only thing I didn't learn how to play was soccer, man.
Yeah.
You know, soccer and probably like golf, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, pretty much the sports we was coming up on, you know, football, basketball, baseball. You know, those were the core sports that you know people was really excelling in back then. So man, that's what we did. You know, straight on the sports game.
Straight up. And what was Pop Warner wasn't like that like then? I know Little League basketball.
Yeah, you know, we had the basketball thing jump. You know, we didn't get, well, as far as football, you know, we played, you know, in the hood. You know, we playing killer man with the ball. You know, we doing our little organized football out there with no pads on. You know how it was. It was gutter back then. We out there playing with no pads on, and you got some boys out there laying that wood.
Yeah,
man. So you could get hurt out there. So as far as Pop Warner, man, shoot, that was our Pop Warner.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to experience organized football until to junior high, 7th grade. And I think right when we came into 7th grade, that's when they started. They started. They had a little league football team with the class behind it, which was Skeeteroo, Roman, all them, Craig Young. Them. They got to play that first year of it. So, but other than that, but basketball and baseball, you know, they had the, you know, we had the little dribblers. We called it little dribblers back then.
And so what grade you think, like, did you I mean, you said you pretty much said it. I was gonna say, what grade did you realize, like, no, everybody playing because that's all the boys. That's where all y'all from.
Oh, yeah.
But like, at what grade did you start to really see, like, the talent differential? Like certain boys was better than others.
Oh man, we seen that early. I ain't gonna lie,
real?
bro, man. Early, bro. I'm gonna say at least, man, elementary, so by second grade, because I think I was probably about. I think Little Dribble started when I was probably about 7 or 8 years old. So, man, I remember my first year at Little Dribbles, man. I was out there killing, man. I'm talking about I'm putting up buckets, bro. I'm talking about, man, I'm putting up 30 pieces like it ain't nothing, man. And I was killing, man. And then, you know, my crew I ran with, like Big A and them, they was like a year older than me, so they played in the older league. So I was in the little, so they,
I ain't never knew that.
They was in the little older league when we first started out. So I was in a little younger league, man. I'm like, hey, they ain't have nothing, you know, because shoot, my boys, we all cold, you know what I'm saying? We all good. And the little dribble league I was in, the little younger league, they ain't had nothing for me, bro. I was out there, man. I'm talking about killing, bro. Yeah. So I ain't gonna lie, man. I realized my talent early, dog. Yeah. I just remember just out there playing, man. Just let nobody really just teach me how to play basketball or nothing like that. It's just kind of like, number one, a guy's gift, bro. Yeah. And I was just, man, from the jump, man. I'm talking about I was out there grinding and killing from the jump, bro. So it started early, about 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's wild, man. So I'm glad you said that, cause like when you was in like when y'all get to middle school and y'all able to play organized football and stuff like that, but you just spoke on basketball. Let me ask you this: were you going like when people was younger, they go to watch y'all play. The middle schoolers go watch the high schoolers. Was you going to the high school games when you was in middle school?
Man.
Who was somebody that was like...
Man, you know, because the people that's older than me that we was kind of looking up to was Bird and them.
Okay.
You know, Dwayne Ligg and them, man. Eddie Ray, man. Eddie Ray was cold back in the day, man. Eddie Ray had a nice little game. Malky, man. Johnny Craddock. Yeah. And then, of course, the people that was like on the varsity level was like Dushan, my cousin Bert and them, and they had a nice little squad. Brandon Taylor and them, Cook, you know, Skinny Pimp, man. Yeah. All them boys, man. Tay, man. So I was watching them in my younger years, you know, because they had a nice little squad. They had a nice little run for about, man, good 2-3 years, man, where they had some good little squads there, man. So I was watching them, you know, Dushan. You know, Dushan was like, you know, the person I was, Dushan, one of them ones, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know Cool. They, you know, if they don't, they call him Cool. But Dushan Goff, man, he was that dude back then, man, and he was killer, man. He was like the Michael Jordan to me. You know what I'm saying? He could do everything. He had the hops. He could shoot. You know,
confidence
man.
Was crazy.
Everybody know, man. It ain't no explaining. If you done seen Dushan play, you know he a real basketball player. So that's who I kind of came up watching and stuff like that when I was, you know, younger and stuff. So but you know us, man, we had them little attitudes, so we thought we was colder than everybody. Because you know, back then we playing against them boys. So I think that's what helped us out too, because we playing against the older guys. So and we out there giving them a run for their money. You know what I'm saying? So man, I think just playing against older people just built our confidence level up, man. So whenever we went to go play anybody, we wasn't no thing, because hey, we playing, we competing with the older guys. So I think that's why we was just kind of, man, so just like, hey, man, can't nobody mess with us.
Right. Hey, y'all been playing for so long, your core group of, you know, the guys, y'all have been playing together so long, so it's usually like I was going to ask, like, who you couldn't wait to play against, to play with, like, you know what I'm saying? But y'all have already been playing together, so you know your boys, you know who you going to war with.
Man, you already know. I already knew who I was going to war with, so, you know, so in Little Dribbler, so I did end up playing, you know, getting to play against, you know, the people that was around my age, Big A and them, Bubba, you know, Duran, Bam, all them, Court, Bussy, all us. So we was all kind of on different teams and stuff. So it just seemed like, man, every time in Little Dribbles, man, I was always on a team where I really just didn't have, like, you know, that second killer. But they always kind of had either Bubba, Big A, Skeeter Rue, and Cord. You know, just, man, but I think I might have had my kinfolk Mark Phillips. He played with me one year. We was the Bulls and old Barry Reggie, man. We was on the team together. But other than that, man, I can't recall just having no other killer on my team. So it was like I always had to be that Superman. So I always was, you know, busting them for 20, 30, you know, whatever. I was dropping. So, but you know, but outside of the Little Dribbles, man, you know, we at the court.
Right.
All day, every day. So, shoot, that's when we gonna play together. So that's how that's how we came up.
That's how it started.
We got our 4-5, how we playing. I think at the little court we playing, I think we was playing 4-on-4, something like that. On the little court, you remember the little goals back in the little court and the big court, didn't nobody really want to go play under the shit. Everybody want to play with a little goal leg, So, we always have our little squads. You know how it was back then at the court, man. I got my squad. We got next. And then we hoping to run the court all day if we can. But, hey, if you got next, man, if one of your partners got next, man, he know who to get. Yeah. Don't go picking no outsiders. Get your squad, know. So we always had our little squad. So, man, we was always running and gunning. Yeah. Like the UNLV running rebels, baby.
Okay, now how football kind of started to kind of be in there a little, you know what I mean? Like,
well, come on, man, it's Texas, man, and then the Diboll small town, so we the best of the best as far as our little class. So, man, you think they finna let us go through there and not play no football? Man, you had to get with the program. So,
what was your first experience you can remember when organized football? What was something that stood out? Like a memory, like I remember they switched this position or they tried out for this, or like what was something
when we first the first day of practice, man, just trying to figure out what position we was gonna play, because man, in the hood, man, everybody you freelancing, you doing everything,
play whatever you want to play.
So they, I remember my first day of practice, everybody trying to figure out who gonna be the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really just saying, I want to be quarterback, because I wasn't really never thinking about being a quarterback. Yeah. And but my companion was like, man, Sid gonna be the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I guess they were just looking at me as the leadership, as a leader or whatever. So they kind of just really threw it on you. Man, threw it on, threw that coach. Like, Sid the quarterback.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how it started, bro. That's how I became quarterback. My boys then were like, hey, Sid the quarterback.
That's crazy. Yep. And that just showed how much boys want to win too, and no ego being involved. Like, hey, he do this to bet, we gonna put him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's love, bro. And that come from growing up and wanting to see your brother succeed. Y'all, that's how tight. Everybody know how tight y'all was.
We were tight, man.
So there ain't no like hate like that. Like I want to be quarterback, but you sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like we gonna let. That's dope.
It ain't like I was just out there just playing quarterback like that. Was being groomed as a quarterback. It was just like, man, them boys voted me in. Like told the coaches, like, man, hey, say Vinson the quarterback. Wow. And they just like, shoot, okay, come on. Whatever they throw at me, I'm ready to take it on. So, all right, I'll be the quarterback.
Right.
And that's how I became quarterback for the Diboll Lumberjacks, baby.
That's crazy.
7th grade.
Wow.
Yep.
And y'all get to high school. You the quarterback. Like,
I'm the quarterback now. Yeah.
Ain't nobody challenge you for that spot?
As far as in my class or just
like in
okay, 7th grade, I'm the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Junior high, I'm the quarterback. So when we get to 9th grade, so hold on, can I tell you the story?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
come on, man.
Let's go back to basketball, right? So 7th, 8th grade, we killer in junior high. We smashing everybody. Can't nobody do nothing with us. They thinking we grown men out there.
Right.
Man, people asking us for, I can hear people in the stands saying, hey, y'all need to get their birth certificates. They thinking we older than what we is. Back then we were pretty big, man. We were big because people did thought we was older because I guess we looked like grown men back then. So we smashing everybody. Can't nobody do nothing with us, man. I think some of the closest games we might have had was Coons played us good. Coons had a good, Coons they hooped down there, and Nacogdoches played us good. Them probably our 2 closest games. Yeah. Because I think when we played Lufkin, we might have played. I think we played East. Because you remember Lufkin had East and West Junior High. Right. And I think we might have played East, man. And I think we beat them. We beat them pretty good, if I'm not mistaken. I think they might have. I think the West team might have smashed our B team. Remember that's when they kind of started the A and the B team stuff. Yeah. But so we riding the high horse. We think we the coldest in the world. We from a small town. We not realizing like, hey, it's really people out here playing basketball. So when we get ready to go to high school, we been small town. So word getting around there. We around there saying, we ain't playing we ain't gonna play football when we go to high school. Yeah. So we on that wave. We like, man, we straight hoopers. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the word got out, and when we got to high school, but I remember Pomac. You know Pomac. Pomac, another Diboll legend, man. Shout out to Pomac, man. And I remember Pomac telling us, man, them boys gonna split y'all up when y'all get to high school. We like, man, we sticking together. That's like you said, man. We ride it out. Y'all ain't splitting us up. We cold. We gonna stay together. But I remember Pomac saying, They gonna split. Oh, they breaking it. Oh, that little stuff y'all got going on in junior high. Oh, they gonna break that up when y'all get to high school. And we like, man, we ain't playing football. We playing straight basketball. He like, okay, we'll see. You'll see when you get over there. So, to make a long story short, man, we get to high school, dog. We on that little. We ain't playing football. So Coach Vano was the coach at the time, athletic director. So I can't remember if he brought us in or whatever, but he hit us with that. You don't play football, you don't play basketball. So we like, oh man.
Yeah.
So now we being forced to play. Even though we could play, we was good football players too. So, but we was, man, you know, basketball, we love basketball, man. We love basketball. So we was on that. So when he hit us with that, we like, oh man. So that's how we end up having to play football. But when we my freshman year, we a few of us moved on varsity, and Jeff Vano was the quarterback then. The coach's son, he was the quarterback. He was the varsity quarterback. So that's when I started playing a little different position. I think my freshman year I might have been like I was like a backup. I might have been like second or third string quarterback then. Yeah. And I was on defense. I played like a little rover position or something like that. So you know we were getting burned though. You know what I'm saying? We getting burned or whatever. Because actually my freshman year I dislocated my shoulder because Big Bub, you know Jeremy Freeman done stuck me at practice. Done dislocated my shoulder. Big Bub. Shout out to Big Bub. My boy went to Kansas, man. Kansas J House, man. Big Bub. And he done stuck me at practice. Done dislocated my shoulder, so I'm out about the first 5 games. So I had to come back and play a game with JV at quarterback. I'm running the mess out that option. We playing Alto Yellow Jack. I come back and I had that good game. I was on varsity. They put me back on varsity the next games, and the district was getting ready to start that next game. So I was back on varsity on district because they knew come on, man, I'm finna kill these boys. And I was playing JV. Yeah. But I went out there, killed them. They like, man, put that boy on varsity. So,
nah, for real.
So while I was on varsity my first 2 years, 19th grade year, I was just kind of like a utility player. I'm playing everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm safety, corner, quarterback, running back, S-back, whatever they want me to do, I'm one of them. Because Van like, man, put him in there. They let Cedric Vinson do it. He'll go in there and do it. You know what I'm saying? So I was pretty much doing everything my 9th and 10th grade year for football. And then my junior and senior year, I was the quarterback. Yeah. So, you know, so that's how that was.
Dang, ain't Poe just random like Poe? Did you got a chance to play
with Poe, man?
With Poe?
Oh yeah, you know, yeah.
I know I had moves like
Poe was a killer, man.
Athleticism, was
crazy, dog. Man, Poe Mac, man, he one of the underrated players that people probably don't know about back then, man. But Poe Mac, man,
different boy.
Basketball, football, he was killer at receiver. Could nobody hold him, man. I'm talking about, man. I remember, man, Poe Mac had like maybe 16 catches and 13 of them was touchdowns. And you know, when you go back and reflect on that, we like, how we ain't throwing the ball to Poe Mac Poe Mac should have had about 50 touchdowns, dog. Like, couldn't nobody hold him, bro. I mean, he just running a straight go route. Or he might run that deep slant on you, but you ain't finna catch him because he had speed too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was fast in track. He could run the 200. Poe Mac was an athlete, bro. And basketball, you know, so I played with, you know, I was on varsity basketball.
Yeah.
You know, and I played with Poe Mac. Poe Mac was a junior. I was a freshman. So, you know, I played with Poe Mac for 2 years. Yep. He class of 99. I'm 2001.
Who was all on that team?
For basketball?
Yeah. The year you played with Poe.
So the crazy part about it is, so this how I got on varsity, right? So we had practice and they had this little one-on-one drill, man. And they, you know, this when your boy AI came out with that killer crossover. You remember that back in the day? So shout out to my boy Hollywood Hadnot, DeMaurice Hadnot. So he was the best defender, you know, at the time. So they put him on me. So we doing the one-on-one drill. So you know, DeMaurice, he out, you know, he cut up, he lean, you know, he a nice athlete, man. Yeah. And man, I put that AI crossover on him, man, and when he scored that layup on him, shoot, they put me on varsity. That's how I got on there. They were like,
yeah,
we got us one,
right?
Yeah. So, but on that squad at the time, it was me, Leon Coleman, and Leon Coleman was the starter. Now, let me tell you this. I know I keep reverting back, man. I'm telling you, boy, man, I can talk about this one, man. Hey, man. So Leon Coleman was the starting point guard, right? And Leon, he was straight in basketball, but it's his senior year. He was a senior at the time, so this probably was 98. Mm-hmm. So Leon probably played a few games, and then, man, he told the coach, he was like, hey, that's your starter.
Yeah.
he out because he been rolling with us. He been seeing me come up. He already knew. He knew what it was, and he was like, Leon ended up stopped playing, and that's how I became the starter. Because Leon, he was like, he always told me. He used to be like telling me back in the day, man, I'm gonna be your agent and stuff. Anybody know how Leon was, man.
Right.
He used to be on that, man. I'm gonna be your agent, man. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you know what I'm saying? He talked about being my agent, you know what I'm saying? Because he seen something in me, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's how I got on varsity. But it was me, Pomac, DeMaurier Hadnot, Big Bub was on varsity too. Bubba with me, he my classmate. So we do 2 freshmen on varsity, me and Bubba. Yeah. And who else was on there? I think Travis Wallace. Y'all don't know him. Who else was on there? That's
crazy though.
I can't just really remember.
Tick up there.
Yeah, but I played with Pomac, man. Yeah, man, Pomac coming baseline, slamming on boys and all that, man, doing his thing, man. But yeah, man, Pomac was great, man.
Pomac was.
He was an athlete, dog, for real. He was one of them ones, for real.
And moving through your moving through high school, you know what I'm saying, in this small town that you from, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like y'all got a chance to play like them robber gang people close by, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who was somebody, you got Lufkin got naked, don't you?
Right.
Who was y'all like?
Oh man, I mean, well, I played varsity all 4 years, so but just
knew it was gonna be a war.
But our Diboll rival went as far as who I thought it was when I was on my little grinding. Yeah. It was Crockett.
Yeah.
Crockett, basketball and football, both sports. It was always Diboll and Crockett. As far as as far as from like my sophomore year to senior year, my freshman year I would say Russ, because remember Russ had that boy Marcus Carter. I don't know if you remember Marcus Carter. Oh yeah, bad boy. That boy hit us for 50 and 40. Yeah. Yeah, back to back.
Oh, yeah.
Man, hit by 12 threes. Man, that boy, man, Marcus Carter. Shout out to my boy, man. We real good friends, old Marcus Carter, man. Out of Russ, Texas, with them Ruskies, man. As people know, East Texas legend, man. I got a lot of love for that boy.
For real?
Yeah, he big on that East Texas legend stuff, too. You know what I'm saying? Every time he talk to me, he talking about, what's up, my East Texas legend brother? So, man, shout out to that boy, man. That boy, hey, cold-blooded.
And y'all competitive.
Yeah, so and he went to SMU, too.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Okay,
But when I got there, he had ended up transferring, I think, to Sam Houston. But he coming out of high school, he went to SMU too. So so we got a lot of comparison and stuff like that, relatable things. But but Russ, I say Russ was as far as my freshman year. But when 10th grade came,
right,
it was straight Crockett, bro.
For real,
Crockett Bull. Crockett, man. Crockett got all them brothers, man. You know what I'm saying, man? They always gonna have them. They full of athletes, dog. Full of them, dog. And so, and they had old. I don't know. Cedric Riley.
Yeah, he was on the basketball too, right?
Football too. He was the quarterback.
For real?
Yeah, so he was
tall,
big boy. He big. Always was big. I remember because he a year behind me. He class of 02. And man, I remember we was watching film one day when we was getting ready to play Crockett that week, dog. And we watching film and we just looking. He playing cornerback at this time. He a freshman, right? This my 10th grade year. And man, we watching film and they be saying this big old, like 6'4". I'm talking, man, he ain't just no big 6'4" skinny dude. He thick. You know what I'm saying? Got some size on him. He looking like a grown man for real. Yeah. And man, we like, man, who this big old dude Crockett got out there at cornerback, bro? They say, oh, he just a freshman, man. It blew our mind, bro. Just big dude, dog. Big dude, man. So, yeah, man, we had rivals. Our rival was Crockett Bulldogs, dog. Yeah, boy.
How did y'all little playoff? What's the crazy playoff run y'all had? Which year was?
Football wise, I say for us was my 10th grade year. Cause we I think we went like 3rd round. We lost to Newton. Newton had a bad squad that year. They won state that year. Newton beat us. And in basketball, I think my junior year we lost around I think it was the area, third, fourth round, something like that, to Kuntz.
Yeah.
Kuntz ended up getting them. Yeah. And them boys, I don't know if they won state that year or they went to state. They might have won state that year, but they beat us. Yeah, so we played them down there in Splendor. It was a good game though. Yeah, man, we should have got them boys, but they got us. So, but that's about our best runs we had. Yeah.
Hey, you remember? Didn't the move they used to on the basketball tip? I was the news or newspaper. I think they called your little signature move. Remember, like it was like the worm or something. They had did a little arc. You remember that? They were talking about. It was a dribble move that they had did. I was gonna ask you about it.
Yeah, I remember one article I had read one time. I don't remember them calling it exactly like a signature move, but I just know they kind of said like I put on like an NBA style clinic or something. You know what I'm saying? But man, I just had that little in and out crossover, man. That was my signature move, man. That in and out, man. It get anybody anytime. I still get them today.
Yeah,
with it, bro.
Bro, like with who was the measuring stick? Like you saying, like it wasn't nobody. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Like around that time, like you just freelancing doing this. Like these days, these kids got personal trainers. They got all kind of people.
Man, man, back then it's all on us, man. We grinding this for we just hooping every day, man. We just grinding, man. I really we wasn't training. We just watching him. MJ, my boy, Michael Jordan. So man, I'm thinking I'm baby Jordan out there. I ain't gonna lie, man. I want to be like Mike. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I want to be like Mike. So Mike would do it. So I'm looking at Mike, but I'm looking at everybody though. I'm a basketball fan, so I'm just really looking just at the NBA players and some college players too. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of just seeing a little different stuff and just kind of mimicking it, dog. Just practicing it, man. I used to always be dribbling that ball, man. Just practicing little stuff, man. And, I'm gonna go to the court and try to see if I could do it on somebody.
Nah, for real.
And I'm gonna do it on them. So,
that's crazy.
Man, that was my measuring stick. Just looking at other people that was good or great or whatever you want to call them, man, and just kind of taking little bits and pieces and just really being that in and out, man. I don't know where it came from, bro. I just remember just practicing it, bro. I ain't see nobody do it.
Yeah.
Because the way I was doing it, I go in and out, but I kind of like put my
hand.
I put my hand so it look like a little. Yeah, it's like a little magic trick. Yeah, you go.
That's crazy.
When I put that hand, when I put my hand, when I go in,
which way you going?
They confuse. I don't know. It confused them some kind of way. It confused them, bro. But it was just, man. I just kind of came up with it, bro. Wow. Because I ain't see nobody.
You probably didn't even know it was called the in and out at the time,
exactly.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Nope. I just remember. Who used to? JJ. Shout out to JJ Montgomery, AC head. Now he athletic director. Now let me get his title right. My boy JJ Montgomery, man. Yeah. I remember he'd be like, "Boy, that boy said got a mean in and out." That's when we used to start calling that in and out. He say, "Man, that boy got a mean in and out crossover."
That's crazy.
JJ Montgomery, my boy, man.
Yeah.
He kind of. That's when I started calling it the in and out. Yeah.
Back then, was y'all doing hey, I know AAU was not on. If it was even.
Man. Man. Let me tell that story, man. Like I say, boy, we be here all day talking, man. I'm saying I got some stories, but so when we was 8th grade, man, shout out to Jackie Kegler and Tony McFarland, right?
Okay,
so we had our little best five out of Diboll, which was me, Big A, Bubba, Bam, and Duran. At the time, I think that they picked up from Diboll, and they paired us with them Lufkin boys, which was Jay Taylor. Shout out to Jay Taylor, my boy. That's my SMU alum. Shout out to my boy Jay Taylor, man.
I need to talk to you too,
need to talk to Jay Taylor, man. That's a legend right there, man. Hey, a lot of people might not know about my boy Jay Taylor, but Jay Taylor was the truth, man. I was one of Reggie's main targets back in the day. But you had Jay Taylor, you had Jonathan Kegler, Joe Horsfield, Jonathan Giles, DeRondrick Davis. Who else, man? Man, forgive me if I forget it. I forget anybody, but that's who I can recall right now. When we was in 8th grade, so we paired up, and they was doing something in Austin, like a little all-star game, where we was gonna go against whoever they little all-star squad they had down there. So they paired us together. So I remember when we first met them boys, that we had to play them, right? So we got them though. You know what I'm saying? We got them, but. No, but we respected each other, man. We went on no luck and Diboll, trip or nothing like that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, around my little era, as far as us, like the class that was the 8th grade class and us from Lufkin, we wasn't beefing, we wasn't tripping, we weren't having all that little Lufkin Diboll. Like we was straight, and I guess that's how we got cool or whatever.
Right.
But so we all went up there to Austin. And played in that little All-Star game. We go down there and beat them boys down there by like 50. We smashed them. Because they had the older group from East Texas too, Scooter and them. Shout out to Scooter, another Lufkin legend. Boy had them handles too.
Yeah.
And a bushy at that three-point line.
He was a shooter.
So it was him. I just remember him and Kez Kennedy.
Yeah.
Kez. Shout out to Kez too, another Lufkin great can hoop. And them boys had them a little team. They went down there and played in the same little All-Star game or whatever it was. I can't remember if they won or not, but that's how we kind of, that's how we started. So I'm saying that to say, so after that, Coach Kegg and Tony, they started saying, hey man, we gonna start playing in some games. So that was they're like, we're gonna start us an AAU team. So we became the East Texas Tar Heels.
For real.
East Texas Tar Heels, and then we started picking up a little more, better people along the way. So I'm saying that to say that that's how I ended up starting to play with your boy JJ Montgomery. That's when I found out about JJ. I used to hear about him, but then he finally came and played with us and stuff, and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
JJ the truth, and Pomac played with us.
Oh,
and so we had a nice little squad. Mark Jones played with us. Who else was that played with? I think that might be, if I forget anybody, forgive me, man. That was 20 years ago. But I remember them three coming to play with us. So we started, that was our AAU team. Yeah. So we had a nice little squad right there, you know what I'm saying? And I remember we went, so, man, they taking us out, man, we going San Antonio, Houston, everywhere. Yeah. We ain't just going out of state or nothing, like, not back then.
Back then,
You know what I'm saying? And so we playing and all that, so we go play in the Kenny Smith tournament down here in Houston.
Yeah.
Now, Kenny Smith, he got people from everywhere. New York, Chicago.
This your first time playing
so we play a team from New York. They cold. Look young. So I think they might have been younger than us too. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, me and Big A were talking about this. I mean, I think them boys was younger than us. I said, whatever. If they were cold. Cause we ended up beating. We won the Kenny Smith tournament.
Yeah,
we won it. But we got to see some different type of ballers. You know what I'm saying, from different states and stuff like that. But I think, man, we just didn't stick with it, bro. I think after my 10th grade year might have been my last year playing AAU ball. Yeah. I wish, cause we
look, if you ain't know
we ain't really knowing what it was.
That's what
but looking back at it, that's what they was doing in them bigger cities and stuff like that. That's how them boys get ranked and all that type of stuff. They playing against the best of the best type of thing. But man,
you don't know what you don't know, bro.
You don't know what you don't know.
That's what these youngsters need to realize these days. That's why, I'm trying to, come on, it ain't much, but a little platform that I got to talk to y'all, bro, because, you know what I mean, to let them know, some of the opportunities and stuff that they got now.
Man, they got great opportunities now, man.
People that they didn't have it, people that came before them didn't have it, you know what I'm saying? They got, in East Texas, it's the D1 coaches, it's a mandatory stop all through East Texas that. And these youngsters just think
some greats come out of East Texas.
Yeah, these youngsters just think it's just like a given, but it ain't always been like that. You know what I'm saying? So don't disrespect the people that came before you and what they did.
You know what I'm saying? I always show the utmost respect to people that I felt that was great, man. Coming up, man. There's a lot of Lufkin, Diboll, Nack, whatever, because I'm a big fan of sports. So, back then when I was coming up, man, football, I'm coming back watching that Friday Night Mass and see who killing, around East Texas. That's how I'm getting to know a lot of them around there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a big fan of that. And some of the older guys too, man. So it's some talent that done came out of East Texas, man. Especially if you just want to be particular, like Lufkin Diboll, since we so close right there. Yeah. Man, man, around my time, man, there was some beasts coming out of there around my little era, man, around that 97 on to about 2002, 3, 4, whatever, man. Shoot, man, it was some, man, you had some boys coming out going D1 for real. going D1, going to some nice schools. Like, man, you had some boys coming out of there, dog. Yeah. So
shout out to who was those coaches for the Tar Heels? You say they put that together. I'm gonna get them a shout out.
Jackie Kegler and Tony McFarley, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out for trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them boys got us together, man.
That's what's up right there. And then having the what's the name, the merge. You merged them two towns.
Right, merged us together. Wasn't no tripping, wasn't nobody out there, you know, with no drama, man. We became cool, and like I said, man, we weren't having no left and down about beef as far as like it people around our age, man. We weren't having that around when I was coming up through high school. You know what I'm saying? You know, you always have your few little feuds with somebody because you always gonna have some knuckleheads on both ends on both sides of the stick. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go. But it wasn't just really that left and die about feud like you be having like they got now, and you know previously even before us they was man they was getting into it, but we really weren't getting into it with Jonathan Kegel and them and Jay Taylor and them and you know with them boys we wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, because we were strictly on them sports, man.
Right, you got some that fall by the wayside.
Yeah, I mean everywhere.
You know what I'm saying.
Everybody had them ones that go to the left for a little bit. You know what I'm saying, and be on their little gangster tip thugs. You know that's just how it go, man. You know people gonna stand their ground, man. You know ain't taking no. It got zero tolerance. You know, but sometimes it just get the best of them and lead them down the path of wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Every class.
But we all got our flaws and stuff, bro. So you know, I don't never look down upon nobody that might have went the wrong route. You know what I'm saying? They probably could have did something positive because it's a lot of people that don't went that route too. You know what I'm saying? That was cold, but you know sometimes the streets get you. You know what I'm saying?
But at home situation, having nothing to eat,
you just never know what nobody going. Man,
make you make choices that you know what I'm saying.
Bro,
like,
you never know what nobody going through.
Yeah,
dog,
in
for real.
Circumstance, you wouldn't have did that.
Man, you never know what nobody going through or what they, you know what I'm saying, what kind of home environment they being brought up in. You know, just never know, man. But you know, I know you on this, you know, underground goat talk, so give them boys their flowers. Some people, man, you got some cold brothers that was down there that, like you said, man, didn't get the opportunity to further their education.
Oh, we definitely gonna spin it back. I got a list of people that, you know what I mean, like, bro, they can't take away what he done. I don't care what the decisions he might have made. It's quite a few.
Man, it's a lot of them, bro. You know that's why I'm saying, bro. Around my era, bro, it was some boys coming through there, dog. Like for real, man.
Trust me, I got a list of boys I want to talk to that for whatever reason, like you say, not judging. They probably get a chance to go to school, to D1 level, or do whatever, but. We talk about how many monsters was on the JUCO level too. Just because you didn't have the grades don't got nothing to do with that time.
Right, bro. Like I say, man, around my era, bro, when I was coming, like I said, between that 97 to 2000, maybe 5 era. And that's and after 2001, that's kind of after me, but I was still kind of keeping up with, who was coming out of there. But that's when boys was really coming out of there, dog. Yeah. For real. For real, for real. You had them dogs coming out of there for real, dog.
And what grade, like, with you being from the little small town like Diboll, like, what was your first? When did you envision, like, cause I know how you was and I know what I thought, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like yourself, did you envision yourself like college? Like, did playing college sports like?
Oh yeah, man! Come on, man. The college sports, going to pros. Oh, that was out there, man. That's the main goal coming from where we was coming from back then, man. You want to go to college and try to make it to the league, and whatever your respective sport was. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So there, I ain't gonna lie, I was on that.
Okay, so
yes,
with that being said, you got guys that's like, as they elevate, you might be thinking like that at 7, 8, 9, 10, but as you start, like, what was your first recruiting experience like?
Oh, man. So, okay. So, like you said, I played football, too. Mm-hmm. And that's the sport that get pushed the most. Even though I love basketball. Basketball my sport. Mm-hmm. But football was the sport that's what boys was really getting up out of there on. Okay. Just to be real about it. You know, Texas is a football state. Just call it what it is. It's a football state. Right. So I'm getting pushed for football. So my recruiting experience. So I'm gonna go back. So when I started really just paying attention to it was when I got to high school. Really, you know what I'm saying. And I started seeing like Pomac and them. They started getting scholarship. Pomac, Demarie had now. Them boys, them dogs. Shout out to them boys, some dogs. Demarie and Pomac, them boys was some dogs, man. And They started getting scholarship. Jeff Vanover, he was a quarterback in front of me. These boys, they getting scholarship, because Jeff Vanover, he went to Rice University.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to see like, okay, and I know we got the potential. I'm like, sure, hey, this what we got to look forward to. So I'm seeing them boys get them scholarships and stuff like that. So, my cousin Brandon Bray, you know what I'm saying? He went to U of A. Shout out to B. B went to U of A for track. He could have went and played football, but he was cold in that track. So back to me, man. So I'm coming up at line of guard, man. I can't forget about my boy. Rest in peace to my boy, Fat Pat, man. Yes, and I'm gonna tell you, I think that's when they start kind of looking at us too, because Lionel was highly touted. You know what I'm saying? Yes. He was a big time recruit. Everybody wanted line of guard, dog. I'm talking about. That's when I really was like, hey.
He could pick anywhere he want to go.
Like, that's when I was saying, like, man, this boy can go anywhere he want, like anywhere. I'm talking about, man. So this when I'm starting to really just see, like, LSU, A&M, Texas, all the big time. You know what I'm saying? And Texas was real big back then. Yeah. So that's when I'm, that they started coming to see line of guard. I'm talking about, man, he like one of the best linemen. He all American. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He one of the best linemen in the nation. You know what I'm saying? That's getting recruited.
Yeah.
And so that's how my eyes really starting to open. Like, okay, this what this is. This how this recruiting process working. So they come to talk to Lionel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just seeing all these coaches. Like, man, I'm talking about almost every practice somebody doesn't see Lionel. Dog. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they seeing the talent we got out there too. You know what I'm saying? So. After my junior year, man, that's when I started, having the coaches start coming talking to me and. Pulling me out of class. Hey, you got such and such here to come talk to you or whatever. And after my junior, because I had a great junior year football wise. Yeah. And man, them recruits was coming in. They actually was coming in for me and Big Bub.
Yeah.
Bub.
Man, Bub.
Bub was my tight end, and Bub played defense too. He was killer on defense too. And man, it was a great experience, dog. And like I tell a lot of people, man, I was getting the letters and stuff, and the letters is cool, but like I tell people in the recruiting process, I don't care how many letters, because, man, the thing with the recruiting, the letter, they ain't doing nothing but putting your name up there. They sending that to thousands of kids. Yeah. But when they start coming to talk to you and calling you on their phone, that's when you know it's real. That's when you know they got a real interest in you, and they start coming to your house and stuff, that's when you know it's real. All them letters you getting, hey, it's good to know that somebody got some type of interest, but, man, they sending that to a lot of kids around the nation. You know what I'm saying?
Real,
But when they start calling you on your phone, talking to your mama, and coming to you, pulling you out of class, that's when you know, hey, these guys, then they get started, exactly, the offers. When you start getting them offers, that's when you know a school really wants you, bro.
Yeah.
But them letters, I ain't saying they know them, but don't get too fond of them letters.
Right.
It's a million people getting them letters, you know what I'm saying? That just let them know, hey, we might be interested. True. But when you start getting them phone calls and them visits at home and them visits at school and their practices and stuff, that's when you know, hey, they because they taking time out their day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Sending a letter ain't nothing. You just send that in the mail. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But when they come to talk to you, and I bet you've talked to anybody that's got recruited. I bet they tell you the same thing when they know it's real. They'll tell you they got a. I had shoe boxes full of them. Yeah. I'm talking about shoe boxes.
I like see people. This one thing. See, I asked it because of like people that remember like the first time they got the first letter. Even though if it's like it got to be a fit. I don't care if it's from whoever. It's like, man.
It's a great feeling. Oh, yeah, let me go back. I ain't knocking nobody. I ain't trying to knock it or whatever. I'm just being real about it. But it's a great feeling to see. Like, oh man, I got this letter from LSU, Texas, A&M. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All the big time schools. It's good.
What about the smile? Who was the first smile? Because I know they come. They come first because they be trying to get in before the other ones get in.
Man.
But who was somebody you can remember that you get something from? Like, man, what? Like just to give you a feeling like somebody won't. It might not be the big school, but like when
the crazy part about it, it wasn't just like it one came. They was coming in. They was coming so much, bro. Like, and I ain't trying to toot my own horn. They was coming. Yeah. So I can't just say, oh, this school was the first one. It was, when I started getting them, man, I was getting them by the tons, bro. Like, man, I'm getting by 10. I'm having 10 at a time sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Some schools I ain't never heard of type thing, bro. So I can't really just say that first small school. I'm talking about small school, big schools. Man, I'm telling you, bro, I had
Yeah.
Man, ask my tea lady, dog.
Yeah.
I remember before they had moved from the old house to the house they in, she was like, "Said, what you want to do with all these letters?" I'm talking about I had, and back then I was big on them shoes back then, so I had, man, I'm talking about all them shoeboxes full of, man, nothing but recruiting letters, dog. But like I say, man, when I knew it was real, when they would start talking to my mama, and when they was coming to see me at the school and at the practices, bro, that's when I knew it was real. You know what I'm saying? Because out of all them letters I was getting, all them schools weren't coming to holler at me. You know what I'm saying? Just to be real about it, but. I had a great recruiting process, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought I was going LSU, A&M. I ain't gonna lie, boy.
What about the visits? Like, did you take visits?
Yeah, I took some visits. So let me go back. Yeah. So my recruiting process started my junior year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm now these the schools that's really coming to holler at me, like just really like where I'm thinking I got an opportunity to go.
Right.
So you got LSU hollering at me. You got Texas hollering at me. You got A&M hollering at me. You got Notre Dame hollering at me. Like these the schools that's really hollering at me. Did I say A&M?
Yeah.
A&M, Texas, of course SMU, U of H, Rice. You know, I know I got some schools, Tulsa. You know, I got a few little schools that's really kind of showing some interest in me that I'm thinking like I might have an opportunity. I might get a scholarship offer from. So my senior year, man, I ain't have like the best senior year. You know, even though we had a good little team. We went 10-0 in the regular season, but man, we went out first round because man, we had a lot of injuries then. But anyway, so the recruiters I feel like they fell off on me a little bit. But I was still kind of getting hollered at. A&M was still kind of on me, so I really thought I was going to go to A&M. You know, so me and my cousin Bert talking because that's what he said, man, I thought you was going to go to A&M. So, but they didn't offer me no scholarship. So, so the visits I ended up going on was because it's getting close to signing day and stuff like that. So, I go to SMU, of course. I went to TSU because they invited all me and my boy. They invited me, Big A, John Wayne, Bubba. We all went on there. So TSU was live, boy. TSU was they were trying to get that one in. We had to get that one in. Well, I went to SFA. See, SFA wanted me bad too, bro. Wanted me bad, but we gonna get into that too. Yeah. But I went to I went to SMU. I think I might have went. Did I go to U of H? I can't, man. I went on like 3 or 4 of them, man. I know SMU, SFA, TSU, maybe U of H and Rice, something like that. Right. I can't really remember, but those were because you could take. I think at the time it was either 5 visits in, something official. Like that. So I think I might have went on them. I know those 3 for sure: TSU, SMU, and SFA. And man, to be honest, SFA was my best visit, bro. I had the best time at SFA, dog. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
What position they wanted you to play?
So SFA, bro. So here's the thing, because basketball my sport. Right. Because I get this all the time.
Exactly. I know it.
Every time there's somebody see me that was coming up around my area that seen me and was, I guess was keeping up with me and who knew about me or whatever. They always wonder why I didn't play basketball. Right?
The infamous question.
The infamous question, man. Because remember I was telling you on the phone, man, when SMU played A&M and Reggie and Javorski was there, and after the game, Javorski, I had hollered at him. And he was like, "Man, you ain't playing no basketball." So it was funny because because he just showed me like, man, he thought I was, he knew I was nice. He just couldn't believe I didn't play basketball, bro. So back to that. So SFA, man, they wanted me for football and basketball. They did, bro. They wanted me bad too. I'm talking about SFA wanted me bad, bro. They had the football. They were gonna let me play quarterback at SFA. And they were going to let me hoop. So, man, I was just on that, man, I ain't trying to be close to the crib type of thing. So that's really why. But I almost went there, bro, man. I ain't going to lie. I almost went there because they were going to let me hoop. Because I really didn't get that many. I didn't get no offers like that in basketball. Football, I was getting them. You know what I'm saying? The people was wanting me for football. That's why I say, man, the football was getting pushed. Right. But basketball, I think North Texas might have wanted me too. I can't remember if they offered me or what. But SFA, they were gonna let me hoop. Definitely, I could have definitely went there and played basketball, man. Sometimes I'd be like, dang, man, I wonder what it would have been like if I'd have went hoop. Because I was so in love with it. So, and it just shocked a lot of people. Like, man, you didn't play basketball.
Nah, for real.
But yeah, man, Shoot, man, it was just, man, I was on that, just too close to the crib type of thing.
What ultimately made you pick SMU?
Because SMU really, like, so once, like I said, back to the recruiting process, you gonna know who really wants you, bro.
Yeah.
And SFA and SMU was the ones that showed me they really wanted me. Like, for real, like, really.
That's key.
That's key. That's key.
Go somewhere they really, really want you, man.
Because really, the thing at the visits is, before you leave that visit, because you're going to go talk to that head coach, bro. Before you go get ready to go home, you going to meet with that head coach. Mm-hmm. And that's when they going to let you know what direction they going in with you, bro. So they, SMU, they offered, this is my junior year. I'm committed to SMU my junior year.
Oh, really?
So after my visit with SMU, I committed. I had to make the verbal commitment to them. So that's how I ended up there. But I was on the fence because SFA, because when I got ready to sign my letter of intent with SMU, SFA still had their offer on the table, bro. Like, now it's kind of pressure on me because I'm really wanting to go to SFA, bro, because they finna let me play basketball, the sport I really love. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight in football. I'm good in football. I can play because I'm an athlete. I can play it. But I'm really like, man, I really want to hoop. But I'm like, man, SFA just down the street in Neck, man. I ain't trying to be down here. I just know I'm gonna be getting in some bull corn, right? Because it's like I ain't never left the crib. You know what I'm saying? So SMU was like, man, it's in Dallas. I'm gonna go to SMU. You know what I'm saying? But man, shoot, man, I think about that all the time about, man, going to SFA, man, and hooping, man, because that was my stuff, man. Basketball, man, that was my love for real.
Yeah, I'm glad you answered that because I was gonna get into that, like, on the football, basketball. Until you ever look, think back. Cause going to SMU was a great school.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then be able to go play football there, man, it'd be so many people that be in love with that opportunity.
Yeah,
but with you, I'm like, man, this need to be hooping, bro. This need to be hooping. Like, there's no way. Everybody feels like this about him hooping, and I know it got to cross your mind.
Man,
that's why I was like, it got to. You know what I'm saying?
You know it do every time, bro, man.
And then the decision, that's why I'm like, bro. It
was tough for me. I ain't gonna lie, man. When I got ready to sign that letter of intent, man, with SMU, man, and SFA was still had they off. I'm talking about, man, they had it right there because I remember Coach Vanno was like, hey, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Because I'm really trying, because I'm crossed between the two because SFA got the hoop. I can hoop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This the school, SFA decent school, And I'm like, man, I really can play basketball at the D1 level right now.
Size up them hoopers at SMU, like, why?
Oh, man. Man, you talk to some of them boys that play with me at SMU, man. I remember they first seen me on the court, man. They was like, man.
Yeah.
And so I got a funny story. So, man, one year, I think it was my freshman year, so they had this little thing where they did like a 3-on-3 tournament with the football players and the coaches, right?
Yeah.
So, man, we playing. So I mean, we playing. One team got the coaches on the team. So I done came down the lane, done threw it off the glass and caught it off. I done T-Mac'd it. I done T-Mac'd one of the coaches, right? So my homeboy D.D. Lee, shout out to my boy D.D. Lee out of Nacogdoches, man. Yeah. He went to SMU too. D.D. Lee and Rico Harris. Y'all probably done heard of them, boy. I know the boy from Lufkin has. Safety and quarterback and neck. You know what I'm saying? And D. Lee was the linebacker, man. Mm-hmm. Baby Ray. I call my boy Baby Ray. He was like Ray Lewis too, man. Cold-blooded at the linebacker. But I remember them boys saying, man, you done tried to T-Mac the coach. And I'm like, man, you just anybody can get it. I ain't no mercy on nobody. So that's when they was like, man, that boy, they called me CV at SMU. That's what they started calling. That's my, I'm Cedric Vinson, so they called me my initials, CV. Yeah. They like, man, that boy CV, that's when they like, boy, CV got some game, man. I started getting a lot of respect, man. They like, man, and they was asking me the same thing. Boy, how you ain't playing no basketball? Exactly. So I get it all the time. They did that because my homeboy D. Lee, man, my brother, he always tell me, man, CV, boy, you should have hooped. He tell me all the time, I say, man, I get it all the time. No. All the time.
That's love, though, man.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a blessing.
Love.
That's why I see why you say blessing on your journey.
Man, it's a blessing, man.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't.
Because I could have went either way, bro. That's why I say it was a blessing. Because people ask me, man, you should have played basketball. It's just a blessing. I had the opportunity. I could have, you know what I'm saying? And I try not to have no regrets because I still had a blessed journey or whatever, man. I was blessed, man. But man, you know, that just ain't the route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I took, man. Right. But yeah, I think about it all the time, man.
Yeah.
I do, man. I wonder what I could have did with basketball if I just would have played at the college level. Yeah. I know I probably would have did something with it because I had love for it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A couple one hitters before we get out of here, man. But first, before we do that, what was your like, what was the this is not Diboll moment? What was that moment when you got to SMU? You could have been at practice or something, somebody big hit comes. Like, what was that moment like? Oh, these boys for real. What that, you know, that you could remember, like, what's a moment, you know what I'm saying, that you had at SMU when you got there as a freshman? Like,
as a freshman, man. Oh, man, I'm going to tell you, let me tell you the story. So, you know, they was on their haze and stuff then, right?
Oh, okay.
So what they was doing was they was cutting boys bald-headed, right? You know, I ain't never been bald-headed. You know, I'm going bald now. I ain't going to lie. My stuff thin, man. It's standing out on, but I keep a low bald fade or whatever, right? But so they was, you know, when the freshmen come in, they talking about, you know, you got to get your hair cut off. You know, I done got a fresh taper from Bird.
Yeah.
Man, you know, I'm on that zero. Man, we finna have to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody like, oh, man, you got to get a haircut and all that. So, you know, it just feels, you know, you in a new environment, so you got to be on your manhood. So I stood on my grind. I'm like, man, you know what, man? If y'all trying to, hey, man, we gonna have to fight for this, bro. I ain't going ag. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody cutting me bald. So, man, that was my first time where I felt like I kind of got some respect. My freshman year, coming in there and standing on my grind, like, hey, y'all ain't cutting me no bald head. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? But what really saved that too, because I probably would have ended up having to fight somebody, but one of them boys told on him. Yeah. So we had to meet. This like the first or second day we
cut it out.
Cut it out. So that kind of saved me from having to get in a little altercation because that's what I was on. You know, I ain't the biggest, baddest type of dude. I ain't even on that type of stuff like that. But you know, I felt like then that's when I had to kind of become a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man,
right?
Y'all gonna have to whoop me to get. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna have to whoop me, bro. Y'all ain't cutting me no bald head. But nah, man, when I got to SMU, man, they had some dogs at SMU. Now, SMU, man, when I got there, man, they had some good athletes there, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. You seen some big guys, you know. You had some good little cornerbacks, you know what I'm saying, receivers, stuff like that. And I was seeing, I'm like, okay, some of these boys nice out here. You know, I'm seeing some different talent, man. They had my boy Chris Briggs out of Carthage, man. Shout out to Chris Briggs, man, out of Carthage, Texas, man. He was up there. He was kind of like the main running back then. And he big dude. I remember because we played him in high school, you know what I'm saying? He was big then. Cause I was like, I ain't crazy. That's boy, a big dude, you know what I'm saying? And he ran all over that year or whatever. But, yeah, man, I got there and I kind of started saying, like, hey, man, you know, hey. Right. That's when I was like, okay, some beats out. You know, you ain't just the only one that's good. Like, you know. Yeah, man, you know. But I had already, but just to be honest, just coming from, you know, just from the Lufkin Diboll there, man, I've been seeing.
I've been seeing great. Marcus said that. Marcus Jones that went to Carolina. Marcus said it was almost tougher back at the crib than it was when he got to school.
Right, because like crazy. You say, man, there's no disrespect to nobody, but I mean, to be honest, I'm at SMU like thinking, man, my partner and them can play here.
And that's what I was just about to tell you. I wanted some of them guys like that you see like, man.
As anybody went to play D1 sports, man, they gonna say, man, my partner at the crib way better than this boy right here at a certain position. You be looking, oh man, my boy, man, what's his name was up here, man. He be killing this boy right here, man. He can play this, man. So that's why I don't ever, you know, down nobody for not playing D1, you know, because you just opportunities is presented to certain people, you know what I'm saying? That ain't knocking nobody talent or nothing like that. That don't mean you better than the next person or that person better than you. Just like, man, it's just the journey God take you on, bro. And like I said, I just take whatever he throw at me head on, bro. So that was just my journey. That's the way I went, bro. But yeah, man, it's plenty of people that don't get them opportunities that can play D1, bro. Man, everybody know that. That's why you always hear people talk about people that they done seen come up and how great they was, bro. And just, you know, it's always the unknown. The unknown is always out there, but they know if they was, man, sure, I know a lot of people like that, and I know you do too, man. Plenty of people could have went, man, played at SMU, whatever schools, A&M, whatever. I know a lot of them. Man, you gonna have, cause a lot of it is, man, you got to think. Of course, the grades, right? The grades, the biggest one of the biggest things, bro. The grades. Because you gonna go, but you gonna, man. I remember I going to SMU. I'm trying to figure out how they gave him a scholarship. And I'm just being up. I'm like, he got a scholarship, Man, my homeboy at the crib smash him. So man, it's crazy how you go there and you just be like, oh, man, I got about 10 brothers at the crib that we could bring my whole squad up here and play with us. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest, bro. So yeah, man. So as far as that, man, but don't get me wrong, you had some dudes that was some dogs though. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's plenty of people that didn't get that opportunity that could have played D1 or whatever. It didn't, you know, like I said, man, it's just a blessing to get a scholarship, man. People got to realize, man, just in Texas alone, bro, just to come out of Texas now.
Ton of kids.
Man, you know, Texas is the biggest football state, bro. So you got to think, man, you getting you a scholarship out of Texas, dog. Yeah. And that's why I say, man, just coming out, you know, for football, man, I just remember when we was, man, they had that little Dave Campbell stuff, the top 300, man. And, you know, me and Bubba was in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like in the top 20 for the quarterbacks, and he in there for the linebacker / tight end type thing or whatever. So, man, you got to realize how big, man, you got to realize how big Texas is. So if you get any type of scholarship offer coming out of, man, it's a lot of athletes coming out of Texas, bro, man. So, man, just be thankful and just, man, I'm telling you, bro, be thankful.
Too, right? Bud wasn't the one. Kansas ain't no slouch. Like, what? Come on, man. That's why I do. Bro, it's a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? And then on the cool, like, I don't even, it's certain people that I want to talk to that probably didn't get a chance to play at the level that got the talent everybody know. And I want to talk to them, but I know it's gonna open up. Like it's a list. The list crazy. So I'm gonna get to them because I want to get them
let them boys tell their story, and nobody should be ashamed of their story, man. Your story is your truth, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, like with me, bro, like. Man, I knew I was good and stuff like that, man. And shoot, I didn't make it to the league.
Ain't no buts. I ain't gonna let y'all do the buts because that's you know what I'm saying. Man, Division about like, look, give me some before we get out of here right quick. Look, some stadiums, some coaches, maybe players. That SMU experience, you know what I'm saying? I know that preseason, y'all move around and play some crazy people. Yeah. Give me some of them experiences right quick.
Oh, man. Shoot, man. I remember we played, man. I'm going to tell you the craziest experience where I just was like, man, I seen a brother kill SMU, dog. We played Oklahoma State. Yeah. Oklahoma State Cowboys, where your boy Des Bryant went, right? Wow. We playing them. At this time, they had a bad receiver then named Rashawn Woods, dog.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Hey, bro. Torched us, dog. And it's crazy, man. If you ever played at Oklahoma State, it's crazy. They fans, man, they love them, bro.
Yeah.
They down there like Cowboy fans, bro. Like, they love them boys, man. I know Dez could tell you that. Yeah. Like, they really love them boys. And it was just so packed, bro. And this one of the bigger schools we know, big-time kind of schools we playing in the Big 12 and stuff like that. So, man, it's crazy. The fans crazy. It's jam packed, and like I say, bro, it's like, man, they in Stillwater, so man, it's a football town, bro. So you just imagine, you just like when you having high school and in a small town like Lufkin, Diboll, stuff like that, man. And that's what everybody doing. So it's hectic, it's crazy, and he out there, man. I'm talking about, man. I think he set an NCAA record on us.
For real,
man. He had about 8 touchdowns. They couldn't nobody do nothing with him. They putting different corners on him, bro. Like, he out there mousing them, bro. Yeah. That's when I really started seeing somebody really getting moused. Yeah. He was out there mousing. Wow. I'm talking about he was killing. So that's one of my crazy experiences, just to see one dude just manhandle the whole, just make a difference in a game like that, bro. Just, man, couldn't nobody do nothing with him, bro. Yeah. Sean Woods, man, that ball was cold-blooded, dog. Wow. For sure, man.
That's crazy.
But, you know, we played a lot of good little players, man.
Yeah. He one of them.
But he one of them ones where I was like, this the truth right here, bro. Him and, I don't know if y'all remember Nate Burleson. He played with Detroit Lions. He like a sports analyst now. Mm-hmm. He played at Nevada. Cold-blooded reception. Cold-blooded, dog. Yeah. Cold-blooded. But, yeah, man. But them two boys are two. Like, I'm like, them boys. Dogs, dogs, for sure.
All right,
man.
Some little quick hitters, man. I want you to tell me. I'm gonna shoot something at you. I want you to tell me, like, all right, let me see. If you had one last time to lace them up for the Diboll Lumberjacks, you taking the field or you getting your cleats? You getting you getting your cleats or you getting your hooping shoes?
I'm getting my J's. What you mean, man? Shoot, that's an easy question, man. I'm getting my J's and going on that court, man, to show boys what it is on that court.
Bro.
You already know that's a no-brainer, dog. That's a no-brainer.
I felt that's why I switched this up for you. All right, you gonna do you getting your J's for the last time?
The J's.
Give me the 4 people, not just from your class or whatever, but like everybody that you played with from your time in Diboll that played for the Lumberjacks. Since you say you're going to get your J's, give me the 4 people you going out there with.
Man, I'm going out there with my crew who I've been with, man. There's some players I would love to have played with, but I'm going out there with my crew. It's going to be me, Big A, Bub, Duran, Bam, and Corey, and F1.
Yeah,
that's us. And if I forget anybody else, man, forgive me. Dayton Mitchell too, man. That was us, bro. We was 6-7 strong, about 7-8 strong, bro. I'm rolling with them.
That's who you want to fox on with against anybody.
Man, hey, man, I'm rolling with my boys. It's always, hey, we like the three amigos. Yeah. We sticking together, dog. That's how we was, dog. So if I got one, I'm gonna play with my boys, dog. Yeah. For real. There's some players I would love to play with. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Yeah. But if I can put them back on, man, I'm gonna put them back on with my boys. Right. We gonna go to war with whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like we always have done from knee high to now, bro. Yeah. So hey, I'm gonna play with my boys, dog. Straight up.
Man. That's love. Man, I put this together for people like you, bro, because you mean a lot to me in my childhood.
And I appreciate it, man. We go way back, and people don't know, man. Me and this boy go way back, man. I remember this boy broke his arm and done scared the living mess out of me, man. I didn't know what to do on them swings. You remember that, dog? Boy broke his arm down there at the little park, man. Man, we go way back, man.
So like I had to. I'm glad you came to do this, but like you say, ain't nothing underground about Division I, but I appreciate you coming and chop it up with me. I know we could do this for.
Man, we could do this out, man. We could do this for another 3 hours, man. I got so many stories, but I just wanted to put some stuff out in the atmosphere on my little journey and just how I came up and what drove me to do whatever I did, man. But man, I just want to say thank you, man. And first I want to tell you, man, congratulations on this podcast, bro. And I hope it take it to a bigger national stage, man, because this is a good thing, man, to interview people that, people may not know. Like, some people might not even know about me, besides the people that probably was around my little era. But, just giving people a platform to, put out in the atmosphere on their journey or whatever it was that, why they didn't go further their education or just talk about they go back down memory lane, man. Let people relive that, man. It feel good for me to be able just to talk about that, man. You know what I'm saying? And just to put it out there.
I know them pictures on early in them wild, like you can't tell. That's why I say, man, it's an underground ghost show, but on nothing underground about it, bro. Cause like y'all, we're talking about making it or whatever, bro. To put a jersey on is a big deal, and I be telling people this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell people that they grandmother, they auntie, like to be able to go to Dallas and go to SMU game, bro. That's big for people's family. You know what I'm saying? So man, that's why I be like, bro, y'all.
And I want to shout out to my family, man. My uncle Andre, them, Bird, my mama, my grandmother, man. They supported me the whole time, brother. Even when I wasn't playing, you know what I'm saying? At SMU, man, they was coming up there just to come to the games and stuff, man. And I just want to say, man, I really appreciate them and love them for that, man. They supported me. I had some support, bro. Like, and that's what really took. That's what really took me to where I got to, bro. Because I had the support system, and a lot of guys don't have that, bro. And that's just the reality of it, though. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I had a support system, dog. That man followed me and man made sure I was good or whatever, bro. Like that's what really got me through my journey, dog. Because man, my family was there for me, bro. Like, for real, man. My mama, man, shoot, man. That's who was getting us to when we was little, bro. That's who was getting us to, our practices and to the little, games and stuff when we had to go wherever when we was playing AAU out there, man. We in there 5 deep in the car, man. Like 6 deep sometimes, bro. So, man, my mama I'm telling you, man, my mama was the one who really just, man, kept that going for us, for all of us, dog, for real. She was taking all of us everywhere, bro. So, man, like I say, man, I just want to thank my mama, dog, for real, man.
That's big, Mom. Dudes, that's big. So,
yes, sir.
I appreciate you,
Oh,
man.
man.
Listen,
Hey, Steve,
bro,
man, dog, man. You know, I got love for you, know, man. Shoot, you family to me, man.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Straight
man,
up.
when you gave me that call, man, you know, that was a no-brainer. I ain't think twice about it. You know,
Man,
when you
that's
called me.
love.
So, yeah, man,
That's
appreciate you, brother, man, and good luck to you,
Yes,
man.
sir, yes,
and get some more legends on here, man,
Yeah,
and get
man,
their
we
story,
gonna-
man.
yeah.
I'm going to be watching it, man,
That's
shoot,
a
for
bet,
sure.
Man. That's a bet, man. So, hey, that's been another episode of the Underground Go Show. TML Stevie, said Vinson, Underground Go, 2-sport athlete. Boy should have played. If you, boy, listen, if you know, is all I can say. But that's a wrap, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right.